Good morning, and welcome to your favorite variety news show, giving you the latest and, in our opinion,
greatest news, all for your ears. My name is Dustin, and I'm one of the hosts of the Weekly Roundup, bringing you Showbiz Spotlight. With me today,
BS, and some would even say that this is a fantastic part of the Monday experience.
I think this is the best part of a Monday, and that's a fact.
I can agree with that. You know, Mondays are always rough, but when you're sitting down with Vince Vibes and you're sitting down with Dustin, it's kind of hard to be in a bad mood
You can't
knowing
be in
what
a
you
bad
got.
mood in the studio. It's a good vibes only zone.
I completely agree. What do you think there, Vince Vibes?
yes, sir. And sorry for that little break. We were actually not on air, so anyone listening to us live,
Our
we
banter
are
was
now
good.
on air, and yeah, I'm Vince Vibes with vibing with Vince, and I've been feeling pretty all right. I all last week pretty much recovered from an ERCP that I had.
Now, for the folks listening at home, what does that mean?
That is a kind of procedure where they stick a camera and some other tools down my throat, basically, without a glass of wine.
Are you selling that video on a Patreon or anything like that?
No video to be found, no footage to be found. If you find it, give it to me and I will destroy it. And,
I have the video, by the way.
And so basically, yeah, because if one doesn't know, I have chronic pancreatitis, which is a condition that I have to live with every day for the rest of my life, unfortunately.
Now, what is the pancreas? I heard that it creates pirates.
No, not really. So it helps basically make the enzymes that help breaks down all the food in your stomach, pretty much. And
well, I'll tell you one thing. The food in your stomach might not be breaking down so much, but the fat in your body has completely broken down. I mean, you look like a new man. People watching on the YouTube have seen it, transpire over the time. But I mean, it's an impressive transformation.
I was pointing at a camera that wasn't there.
Well, that is one thing we need to, I think, bring awareness to. Is today we don't have our friend Anthony, and we also don't have our friend Anthony's cameras, more importantly. So
we do have his cameras.
But they don't have any electricity.
But when he was supposed to come to my house yesterday, I wasn't feeling good, so I told him not to come. And
do not come.
He was going to bring the battery charger, grab the footage, and leave it there, apparently. But since he didn't come, he never told me any of this. And yeah.
So this is kind of a special episode. It will eventually, I would imagine, find its way onto YouTube in some kind of an audio form.
On Hillsborough College.
Well, there, but more importantly, on @theweeklyroundup_1, we have audio-only episodes on there, including our guest appearance on Let's Talk About It a few years ago.
We only have audio-only episodes because we hadn't yet transcended to recording them on video.
We have it that way because we didn't have cameras.
Yeah.
Transcended. I like that.
I've been using my big words because I've been writing the midterm. So I've been thinking about college-level words I could use to explain how to explain movies, And
where's the applause button?
Thank you. Wait, it's not. Why is it not even there?
What is going on in here today? We don't have our soundboard now.
And you.
There it is.
There it is.
You came in at
now we couldn't hear it in the studio, but you guys listening have probably been hearing applause for quite some time.
Yes. Anyways, so on today's episode, Vibing with Vince, it's the third week that I'm doing this, and the second week I'm gonna talk about football again in a row.
No way. You should have a section all about football.
I know, we should call it Football Focus, but well, today is actually a special day. Today's the first day that free agency opens, and I have breaking news to break right here on air that both of you probably haven't heard.
I think that's a safe bet in my case, yes.
That will make both of y'all's days infinitely sadder.
Is that even possible?
As of an hour ago, I'll save it. I'll save it for my segment.
Don't give away the exclusive
But
yet.
there is so much news with free agency. So many deals are happening as soon as it happened, which makes you think, the tampering period doesn't really exist. They find a way to talk to these players because you telling me a guy already has all these contracts lined up less than an hour into free agency? No. Anyways.
Well, things move fast in the league.
Yeah, so that's pretty much all I got for agency for the NFL because there's going to be a lot of news, and I'm sure there's news breaking right now, and there will be news broken by the end of the show of a new player signing somewhere.
You got your alerts on your phone ready to go so we can call them out as they happen?
I do.
Because here at the Weekly Roundup, we try to not only bring you the best in articles, but the text messages from the people who call in and tell us that they have a blue check mark with 5,000 people because I got yelled at that one time.
Oh.
So we try to bring the live updates just as much as the news story. Mr. Dustin, what do you got going on over there in the Showbiz Spotlight today?
Well, I went out and I saw the new Frankenstein movie, The Bride. Ooh. Now, is this going to be a faithful reimagining of an old classic or more woke Hollywood slop? I'll let you know.
I like that. And then, of course, you got me, BS, over here. And I'm going to kind of change my total BS story because I have a true story that is so good, you're going to think it's BS as I'm reading it off. So I'm letting everybody know there's no true false today, but this is one that I had trouble believing was an actual article in we'll call it the legacy era of newspaper where they went before they went online, and that's what I've got over on my side today.
Now, does it include a Florida man?
It does not.
It does not.
For the first time in a while, this is not a Florida man. It doesn't even involve anything. Well, it doesn't involve anyone in the U.S., but it affects worldwide, U.S. included.
Okay. Well, this should be pretty interesting.
Okay. Yeah. Anthony, what are you going to talk about?
Gaming.
Oh, I thought you had him on the phone.
No, that's joining remotely.
The funnier joke is he's not here. No, he's at work.
Oh, he's at work right now. Working with you or somewhere else?
No, he's at so the reason why he wasn't here last week and the reason why he's not here this week is because he's working in Steinbrenner, but not as like a video guy. I think just like in like their like emissions or something.
Yeah, something like that. So if anyone at Steinbrenner is listening, change this man's schedule. Do not have him working Mondays at 4. It's not going to work for us.
And we miss him.
We miss him.
Tear cry.
He'll go out. He'll get you a calzone, fresh before every day, just not Mondays.
Yeah, but yeah. So when we come back, it'll be vibing with Vince because I want to get right into the breaking news that will make y'all cry. That I want to try to hope y'all don't see in the few minutes before I tell y'all this. But first. Anthony not being here for the last few weeks kind of feels like...
Is this going to be Ween?
It feels like we've kind of had a falling out. But,
it does.
But we don't have a falling out. He's just working like a hard man that he is. And so...
Pause.
Here's Falling Out by Ween.
That's the end.
And that's the end. And we're back with Vibing with Vince. And can any of y'all guess what the big news that I'm about to tell you that's going to make both of you shed a couple tears is?
Baker Mayfield has been arrested for a DUI.
Worse.
Oh.
Let me see. Let me think. Is it Tyreek Williams from the Dolphins?
No, that's Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill signed with the Buccaneers. That would make me cry.
No.
Okay.
We got Tua?
Oh, I hope we got Tua as a backup quarterback.
No.
Oh. Make me cry, Vince Vibes. Make me cry.
The 49ers sign free agent Mike Evans to a 3-year, $60 million deal where he will probably end the rest of his career as a 49er.
Man, going out as a trader is crazy work. Just finish.
And normally that's what a lot of players do. He'll probably sign a 1-day contract with the Buccaneers.
Like Gronk did.
But
yeah,
we
like
know,
Gronk did with
we'll
the
remember.
Patriots, or what a lot of players have done for their respective teams. Deshaun Jackson did it with us when he came back and retired. And it's just, Mike Evans decided that Tampa wasn't elite enough for him, and he moved on. Now, if you remember last week, I went into kind of like Mike Evans' demands of the team that he wanted.
Yeah, they were pretty lofty, if I
They were
remember.
lofty. It was a QB he believes in, a team that's going to guarantee him targets, guarantee him a spot on the roster, and basically treat him like the wide receiver one of that team. And Mike Evans now gets to go over there and do so. Mike Evans, for all seasons but last season, has caught more than 1,000 receiving yards. And it will be a big loss for Tampa Bay's offense. Mike Evans was obviously their keystone piece. For forever, and for him to move on like that just shows he doesn't feel that Tampa Bay is at least 3 years away from winning a Super Bowl. And
he might be right. I don't know if we're gonna win the Super Bowl in the next 3 years.
And honestly, he might be right. Baker Mayfield isn't getting any younger, and his flaws are there. They're noticeable. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, as they say. So, and I mean, now you have a running back lineup that only consists of Bucky Irving right now because Rachaad White is left. No, y'all signed Kenny Gainwell, one of your signings.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Right.
Kenny Gainwell and Bucky Irving you have in the backfield. Now you have Abuka stepping up as wide receiver one.
Okay.
Yeah,
he was good. I really wanted him on my fantasy.
He was pretty good for a little while there. He kind of fell off near the end of the season. And Chris Godwin at 2. Who is the third wide receiver? Who's 3? We don't know. I think they're looking into re-signing Cade Otton. I don't know if Cade Otton has signed somewhere else as of yet. But we're basically going to kind of go through the names. I have over 20 plus signings here, with the newest signing being as of 1 minute ago.
Oh, wow, that is breaking news.
That is breaking news, literally breaking news. And we'll kind of go from the oldest breaking news up into what has just been announced. Now, as of the first day of free agency, we have, and I'm only going to announce new signings or re-signings. If they're a contract extension, I'm not going to name it. So this is only if they re-signed with the team, if they were a pending free agent, or if they are going to a new team. Big hit for the Eagles. Jalen Phillips signs a massive 4-year, $120 million contract with the Panthers. We traded a third-round draft pick for him last year with the hopes of signing him. We tried to give him a $19 million deal, and he passed it up for a $30 million deal at Carolina.
If my math's right, that's about $11 million extra dollars. I probably would have done the same.
To play for a team that's 11 times worse. So
yeah. I mean, yeah, but I'll take $1 million for every times worse my team is.
The Steelers are trading for Colts wide receiver Michael Pittman Jr. He pairs up with DK Metcalf, and they just swap day 3 picks. And then gives him a new deal of 3 years, $59 million on top of that. Quarterback Malik Willis signs with the Miami Dolphins at a 3-year, $67 million deal. So Malik Willis is the next guy in Miami that they're going to hope works. He was a third-round draft pick out of Liberty. He was with the Titans. The Titans never really gave him a real chance. He went to the Packers. And now When he played for the Packers in the 7 games that Jordan Love was out, he went 6-1. And the new Miami head coach was the Packers defensive coordinator last year. So that's probably the ties and why he got the looks as the starting quarterback for at least this season. Ravens are signing O-line John Simpson to a 3-year, $30 million deal. He was originally a Jet. Free agent tight end Isaiah Likely is signing with the Giants. He was a Raven. 3 moves all at once. Bears sign D-line Neville Gallimore. Vikings sign James Pierre, who's a corner. And Jets sign Joseph Asai, who's an edge. The Jets also signed former Packers pass rusher Kingsley Inagabe. The Jets are signing linebacker Demario Davis to a 2-year deal. Demario Davis has been a Saint all his career, so this is another guy that you're seeing from the NFC South that's put all of his love and craft into one team, and now he's going to spend the last few years somewhere else.
And people are fleeing the division, but at the end of the day, can you blame them?
Yeah. The Titans are signing Mitchell Trubisky to a 2-year deal to back up Cam Ward and maybe challenge him for the starter position. The Falcons are reuniting with tight end Austin Hooper, who was originally a Patriot. Free agent Kenneth Gainwell signs with the Buccaneers for 2 years, $14 million. The Giants signed punter Jordan Stout to a 3-year deal that will make him the league's highest paid punter. The Buccaneers signed linebacker Alex Anzalone.
Oh, we got Anzalone? Let's go.
Yeah,
Calzone. Been wanting that for years.
Awesome, right? Let's see. Reggie Gillum, fullback, has agreed to a 3-year deal worth up to $12 million with the Patriots. Commanders sign Amik Robinson, corner, 2-year, $17 million deal. Free agent Kobe Bryant signs with the Bears, 3-year, $40 million.
Is this like a Mandela effect? I thought Kobe Bryant was deceased and played basketball.
Here's the funny thing. This guy was actually named Kobe after that Kobe Bryant, but his name is spelled...
I feel like 1 billion years old now.
His name is spelled a little differently.
Oh, with an L? Like the cheese?
C-O-B-Y. Oh. Titans sign Daniel Bellinger. He was the Giants tight end last season. Center Cade Mays. There's a lot. This is still from 3 hours ago, and we still have breaking news as of this day, so we still got a little bit to go through. Nick Folk, kicker, 2-year deal with the veterans, was the kicker for the Titans. Free agent center Tyler Lindenbaum was once a Raven, goes to the Raiders, 3-year, $81 million deal. Holy overpay. Free agent running back Tyler Algier signing with the Cardinals, 2 years, $12 million. Travis Etienne, longtime Jacksonville running back, signs with the Saints, 4-year, $52 million, which brings the question to, what happened to Alvin Kamara? Is he still there? Does Alvin Kamara still matter in New Orleans? Free agent Wan'Dale Robinson signs a 4-year deal worth up to $78 million with the Tennessee Titans. He was with the New York Giants. With his career up until then. Falcons signed free agent wide receiver Jahan Dotson, who was the Eagles wide receiver 3 for the last few years at a 2-year, $15 million deal. The Saints are signing free agent guard David Edwards. He was once with the Rams. Free agent wide receiver Jalen Naylor is signing with the Raiders. He was with the Vikings. This is when the Mike Evans news broke, so 2 hours ago as of this point. Free agent corner Jamal Dean signs a 3-year, $36 million deal with the Steelers. He's also a Buccaneer that y'all just lost that I actually have not seen just till now. So Jamal Dean was probably one of your best corners, and if not, your best corner. So that's going to be a tough loss to take on that end. Might be a rebuild year for the Buccaneers.
It might be. I mean, this could be the time. We talked about this last week, but maybe one of us walks out there, during the tryouts.
It's a walk-on spot.
Yeah.
Invincible.
Somebody from this show is going to walk onto a team yet. I swear to God it'll happen.
Well, it's not going to be the guy with the cane propped up against the wall.
It's not going to be me either. It's on you. It's on you.
It's on you, Vince. You're the walk-on hero.
I have, 2 torn ligaments. I never.
And so it falls to me. I can't play football, though,
yeah.
so I don't know what I'll do.
Steven, if you're listening to this,
come back.
You haven't hosted the show in 3 or 4 months at this point.
It feels like 3 or 4 years. Maybe he's been busy.
I think it's been way more than 4 months, actually.
Yeah, it has.
It's been
quite
like
some time.
8 months. Oh, my God.
He might be busy, actually.
Where's
practicing.
the time gone anywhere?
For his new football career, we don't know.
Anyways, let's not get all sentimental. We got to get right back into it.
We have to get into the news.
And the Bears are signing free agent linebacker Devin Bush to a 3-year, $30 million deal, which is he played with the Browns beforehand. Browns go around and sign free agent O-line Zion Johnson to a 3-year, $50 million deal. He was with the Chargers. Free agent D-line John Franklin Myers signs with the Titans. He was with the Broncos last season. The Giants are signing linebacker Tremaine Edmonds to a 3-year, $36 million deal. He was with the Bears for the last couple seasons. The Colts are signing linebacker Arden Key to a 2-year deal worth up to $20 million. And the Chargers are signing tight end Charlie Kohler to a 3-year deal worth $24 million. He was with the Ravens also. Free agent Cordell Flott is signing with the Titans, 3 years, $45 million, which some people are already calling the Giants the Tennessee Giants now because of how many people have signed with the Giants as of late. How many Giants players have signed with Tennessee as of today, which a lot of them are following, if you don't know, because their offensive coordinator, Brian Daboll, was the head coach who got fired over there in New York just last season. Free agent running back J.K. Dobbins is re-signing with the Broncos on a 2-year deal. The Titans are signing cornerback Alontae Taylor to a 3-year deal worth $60 million. The Bengals are signing Brian Cook to a 3-year deal worth $40.3 million. He was with the Chiefs. The Seahawks are re-signing cornerback Josh Jobe to a 3-year deal worth $24 million. The Commanders are re-signing backup quarterback Marcus Mariota. The Packers are releasing Pro Bowl O-lineman Egden Jenkins, which Philadelphia, if you're listening to this, please pick up Elgton Jenkins. Hey, that would be great for our interior O-line. And as of 16 minutes ago, the Jaguars are listening to trade offers for star wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr. Last season had a disappointing season as the wide receiver 1, and maybe we'll look for a fresh start elsewhere. The Bengals are signing free agent pass rusher Boy Mafe to a 3-year deal. He was with the Seahawks, Super Bowl champions, Seattle Seahawks. Can't say Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, they're all birds. That's
they're
something.
all birds.
That's something, right?
All Nuggets.
It always was.
And
it always comes back.
Yeah, the jokes keep circulating in here.
The Cowboys are signing Jalen Thompson to a 3-year deal worth $36 million. As of 3 minutes ago, he was with the Cardinals beforehand. And as of 2 minutes ago, free agent pass rusher Odafe Owe is signing with the Commanders. He's been playing with the Chargers the last few seasons. And there you go. That has been all the breaking news as of now. And it took me like 10 minutes just to get through that list.
Just to get through the list. That's hot news, though.
Mm-hmm.
That is hot news. Literally breaking as we speak. And it's going to just continue and continue and continue. Usually the first week of free agency is when everything happens, and then kind of deals will just kind of happen randomly throughout the summer as teams kind of get more placed in the system they want to put themselves in. that's pretty much I can't really say anything else unless new signings get announced. The things to look out for, obviously, Mike Evans to a new team. Oh, the news that actually started it off that I didn't say. Wait, yeah, I actually didn't say this. I don't think. Super Bowl MVP running back Kenneth Walker is signing with the Chiefs. As like I just said, he was the running back who got the Super Bowl MVP. He was probably the main reason on offense why they won. If it wasn't for him on offense, everything else kind of struggled. But the Chiefs have now picked him up for a 3-year, $45 million deal, which makes him the highest paid free agent running back in history.
Oh, wow.
Which
they really want to get back to the Super Bowl, don't they?
Yes, they do.
You can't blame them.
I mean, you can't blame them. And a lot of people thought the Chiefs were going to draft the best running back this draft, Jeremiah Love. So that places the question of where does Jeremiah Love for the go in this year's draft, who is definitely a first-round pick. And the other question is, does maybe Andy Reid go to a more run-pass system than pass-run system that he's ran pretty much the entire time that Patrick Mahomes has been there? And we'll have to see how that evolves.
That's typically my Madden strategy is stick to the ground game more, so it might work.
Yeah, there you go. That's why I like to try to do. I like to balance it out. So if like I said, things to look out for. Obviously, Mike Evans being the wide receiver 1 on a new team. How does that team look with George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, Brock Purdy, Mike Evans, and more talent? We'll see. Another thing is we'll have to see how Malik Willis does in Miami. Probably going down there to be their starting quarterback. And the one other big takeaway I would get from all this is that that probably Alvin Kamara's time is at an end in New Orleans with them signing Travis Etienne to a 4-year deal. Because if people don't know, Alvin Kamara has been with the Saints since 2017. And that doesn't sound long, but running back years compared to what other position plays are considerably less, considered by how much they get hit in the game. And so a running back really only has probably like 5 to 6 good prime years at most. Most running backs normally do. Anyways, there's some, odd cases like your Derrick Henrys who last the test of time. But you with Alvin Kamara, he scored the history's all-time touchdown game with 7 total touchdowns. He has been pretty much one of the most famous players, if not the most famous player since Drew Brees to be on the Saints team. And it kind of feels like an end of an era for them because Kamara was a running back that kind of revolutionized that team because he wasn't a run back first. He was kind of like a pass. He was kind of like a perfect blend of wide receiver running back, or they use Alvin Kamara because he's not off the team technically yet. Use Alvin Kamara as somebody to throw to, and they run the ball with him. So for years in fantasy, he used to be that main guy. And last season,
how come none of us had him?
Well, I was kind of wary of him because I didn't know how he'd fare under Kellen Moore's system, which likes having a more true running back. So I was kind of wary of him. And but I did actually end up drafting him later.
Oh, did you?
I did, because he fell to like a round where I was like, okay, that's good to me. If he doesn't work out, boomer bust, and he busted. Whoa, pause.
What is going on in this show today?
last year, so maybe he gets traded, maybe he gets cut, but for now he's still a Saint. Being a 1-2 combo to now starting running back Travis Etienne. But if there's any more breaking news, I will continue to break it to you, but I will stop letting you hear my voice because I'm sure you're probably sick of it by now, and go right into the song break to go right back into our next segment because I'm feeling good. Here's Feel Good Inc. by Gorillaz. And we're back. And we got our good friend over here at Showbiz Spotlight.
Oh, am I going next?
Oh, wait. No, wait. Wait.
It's usually you, I think. It was you last time.
No, it usually works around the table.
I thought it normally works around the table.
All right. Well, okay.
I thought it worked around the table since we got Mr. BS.
Anything's possible. So, Showbiz Spotlight. And as I mentioned, I'm talking about The Bride, which is the new Frankenstein movie. Now, you guys might be thinking, new Frankenstein movie? That's that Del Toro movie. That was a good one. This is a different movie altogether. Now, did you guys ever see Bride of Frankenstein?
Yes, the old black and
white version. The old black and white one.
Yes.
So that's the idea for this, right? Frankenstein, he's just a lonely guy. He wants to get himself a wife.
Yep.
Now, usually Frankenstein is kind of a Victorian affair, right? They've got torches and pitchforks and everything. This takes place in 1930s Chicago.
Oh.
Yeah. And Frankenstein is played by Christian Bale, who you might know as American Psycho or possibly Batman.
All right. So the fact I haven't heard about this really tells me that, because like I've heard of the movie, but I didn't even know Christian Bale was in it.
Yeah, no, I think he's kind of the star power that's attached to it. I would say.
You would think,
Directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal. So the premise.
Any relation to Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah, it's his sister.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Jake Gyllenhaal is in here briefly as well. Now, Frankenstein, he comes over to America, gets really into movies. In fact, about a third of this movie is probably just Frankenstein sitting in movie theaters and imagining that he's in a movie. It's kind of like what I heard they did with the Joker Part 2, which I didn't bother watching.
Yeah, I didn't watch that one either.
No, and I think interesting. Did you see it? Joker 2?
I know what happens in it.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of where I am too. But I love how none of us have seen the movie, and I'm going to start making parallels.
I didn't take the displeasure of watching it myself.
Yeah, I skipped. I skipped that pain as well. But yeah, I do think that there's some parallels between that movie and this one, more so than just him being obsessed with being in media. So he comes over, starts looking for a wife, and then we kind of are going to be introduced to the woman who would be his wife, right? So we've got this 1930s flapper girl, if you guys remember that from American history, right? Or the kind of liberated women that would go out drinking and smoking cigarettes and stuff. So we've got this this kind of foul-mouthed the flapper girl that's hanging out with these mafia guys and stuff, who is, for some reason, and I never saw an explanation for this in the movie, possessed by the spirit of Mary Shelley, the original creator of Frankenstein.
I'm sorry to hold you there, but as of 2 minutes ago, the Falcons signed free agent quarterback Tua Tagovailoa to the veteran minimum 1-year deal. So basically,
the minimum 1-year deal.
So they're basically having him compete against Michael Penix Jr. for the starting position. Okay, back to you.
Kind of lost my train of thought, but that does circle me back to something that I wanted to mention. That's aside from my segment altogether. This is, if you're listening to this and you're a Pat McAfee or you're a Stephen A. Smith or you're anybody else, at ESPN or any of those places, consider this a shot across the bow because we broke these stories hours before you probably.
Well, per Ian Rap Sheet, or Rappaport. So
you got this from Rap?
No, from Rappaport.
Oh, okay.
Like, there's a NFL media insider. These stories break from insiders who then these organizations
right.
report from.
Well, even still, we reported as something 2 minutes after it happened, and unless they were live when it happened.
There you go. Well, they're live all the time. They're ESPN. But
all the time? They're like 24 hours a day. They're reporting things live. I mean, let me rescind my shot across the bow, and I'll just do a shot kind of into the water near your boat. We're here. We're out here.
We're coming for you, ESPN.
Yeah, we'll call this one a truce. But even coming up, there's going to be
NFL media insiders are hired by you.
Exactly. There's going to be a battle coming up, but not quite yet. Not quite yet. You guys can have it for the day.
Okay, so 1930 Chicago.
Oh, yeah, so
Frankenstein is thinking he wants to be in movies.
There's two things he likes, and it's women and movies. And by God, he's going to get them both in Chicago.
I mean, you can't go wrong there.
Yeah, you really can't. Movies, maybe a little bit these days, but every once in a while
actually, you can go very wrong with movies, but
sometimes they're so bad they're good, and other times they're the bride.
Movie with a woman.
I like movies with women. Yes, absolutely.
Or I was thinking watching it with a woman. I was kind of segueing you into your next portion, watching a movie with a woman. Frankenstein is sitting there watching movies, right?
Right. Not yet, though, because the woman in question hasn't even died yet.
No, but he's watching movies on the screen, thinking he wants a woman. That's what I was trying to lead.
Now, interestingly enough, he actually put on a sports bra at one point that said "Want Woman" on the front. I think that was a secret Chris Chan reference. I don't know why they snuck that into the film. But anyways, this flapper girl, she's drinking and carrying on with all these guys when she's possessed by the spirit of Mary Shelley, who's also a very foul-mouthed lady. So now she's just, just spamming curses and, just kind of being unpleasant to be around. But she'll switch between her regular sort of Chicago voice, where she kind of sounds like she's doing the Harley Quinn voice, actually. And then she'll switch to doing this like Victorian accent and still kind of acting the same way, but we can tell it's supposed to be the ghost now because of the accent. So she's, spouting off of the mouth of these guys in two different accents. They get upset. They push her down a flight of stairs. She dies. Now we have the groundwork, because that's what we needed, right? We needed a dead chick. So don't take me out of context, please. So Frankenstein, he goes to this mad scientist lady. And he goes, you gotta make this happen. She goes, all right, fine. We'll go find your body. So they go out and find her. Bring her back to the lab, and Frankenstein goes, nope, she's too pretty. We can't do her. And the lady's like, look, we got to do it now or never, because my nosy sidekick, kind of like an Igor type character, but it's just another older lady that's hanging around the office. So they bring her to life and everything. And this is where the story really stops reminding me of Frankenstein. And it starts doing a kind of a Bonnie and Clyde type situation, because her and her big mouth keep getting Frankenstein involved in all these brawls around Chicago, and before you know it, they're going on a crime spree across the country. They've got some detectives chasing them, played by Penelope Cruz and some guy, and they're some guy. They're on the hunt, and at one point they go and they meet Jake Gyllenhaal, who is like a big movie actor in this universe too, right? Frankenstein goes up to him. Yeah, mind you, Frankenstein is just going out in public, right? He's putting on a tuxedo. He's going to parties. Nothing done about all the stitches on his face and everything. He looks like a monster, but he's just going to parties like it's nothing. And so he goes and he meets Jake Gyllenhaal at this party. He's like, hey, man, I want to thank you. Like, you saved my life with that movie that you made. And Jake's like, all right, bro, go away. You're not my type. And so it gets into this big thing. The bride of Frankenstein goes ballistic, pulls a gun out, starts shooting people at the party. And now, the manhunt is really afoot, right?
I feel like I feel like the director read Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and got the stories mixed up.
Cause in what way? Because wasn't that a scientist who was big and muscly and mean sometimes, and not like other times?
Well, because in the sense of like the bride having two personas, like two sides, like a.
Well, what I think they were doing, I think that they read the script for Joker and said, "Hey, we can make Frankenstein that." Because it's the manic, mentally unwell girl, and I mean Frankenstein's hardly even a character You know, he's just kind of like this weird simp that just follows her around.
The only thing I have seen from this movie is a TikTok clip that goes, when I tried watching The Bride, all I could think of was this one scene in Young Frankenstein. And it's the scene where Gene Wilder is trying to perform putting on a Ritz.
That song is in this movie.
There you go. That's why.
That was probably the best parallel. That was probably the best thing this movie did, was making a parallel to a far better film, which was, of course, Young Frankenstein. So, I mean, I'm not that I would recommend you run out to the theater and see it, but I'm not going to give away the ending. But if you saw Bonnie and Clyde, you won't be super surprised by this ending either. And speaking of endings, in the end, I'm giving The Bride 2 bags of popcorn and probably a prescription for 20 Xanax, because you're going to need a few of them if you want to get through this thing.
Well, wouldn't you need Adderall to get through it? Xanax is for sleep.
Yes, exactly. Now, if I was now, not that I know, but if I was, from what I've heard, if I was going to take Adderall, I would not be able to sit through this. I'd rather take apart a toaster than subject myself to this film. So I think if I took some Xanax, from what I understand, I think that would make it a lot more palatable of an experience for me. And this is the second week in a row, at the very least, that I've done a review that I've given a bad review. And I'll tell you guys, I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of watching these new movies with an open mind. I had some maybe preconceptions that I wouldn't like this movie very much, but I went into it with an open mind anyway, and I'm once again disappointed.
Your first mistake was watching a new movie.
Well, I would actually tend to agree with you. The problem is, what
good,
choice do I have? I have to
still
review
exist.
them. Yeah, every once in a while there are good movies. The Running Man was good. Now, if you want to talk about good movies that are somewhat new, I finally watched Civil War all the way through the other day. That was a good movie.
The fact that you said I finally sat through it the whole movie,
I've seen like parts
and then
of the
proceeded
beginning
to say it's a good movie.
No, I said I watched it all the way through. I didn't say, if I said I sat, it sounds bad, but I finally I did watch it all the way through. Because I've seen the beginning and I get busy, play Civilization 6, and then I'm I'm not even following this. And I turn it off, put on Family Guy or something. But yeah, at least that was a good movie. But I'm so, I think you're right though. I'm so discouraged for new movies anymore. And I mean, we can talk all day about what the problem is with these movies, but the fact is, they're not good.
Usually, in my experience, anything that's reimagined, reintroduced, retconned, or just I'm redoing everything is never good. When you're working with something like a topic of Frankenstein, dude, that's almost Americana history, going back to Universal Studios and black and white films.
The first multiverse was the Frankenstein movies.
So you've got this entire nostalgic, emotional tie. I remember watching Bride of Frankenstein on the black and white screen on Halloween with Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh, another good one.
The original Frankenstein, the original Wolfman, stuff like that.
Frankenstein meets the Wolfman is a really good one.
So when you go and you try to reimagine something, while you were talking about the review, I'm trying to figure out, is Christian Bale playing Victor Frankenstein or the creature Frankenstein?
He is Frankenstein's monster. Victor Frankenstein, long since dead in this one.
So, and I'm trying to understand, and it's just so many things going on. And you mentioned Bonnie and Clyde. It sounds like the movie The Highwaymen. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I don't think I've seen that.
Woody Harrelson and Kevin Costner playing the officers who are chasing Bonnie and Clyde and their side of the story. If you're looking for a good one to sit down with, that's a good one. It's an original telling and everything like that about history. But I feel like the effort from Hollywood is not the same as it used to be, trying to put out a good product. They're just trying to break even so they could put out something else later.
They want to do that. They want to check all these different boxes too, to be like, oh, we made a movie with this, and that in it. So, everybody come watch. Don't be mad at us. And one thing I want to mention about this movie, and it slipped my mind because I must have selectively forgot it because it was so ridiculous. But this is also the biggest Joker parallel, I think, because around the midway, almost at the end of the movie, just for a little context, the bride, for whatever reason, she has this blood stain on her face that they never clean off after waking her up, and she just has this weird black blood stain by her mouth. Right. So she, in her crime spree inspires all of Chicago's other flapper women, and they all start painting these black things on their faces, and they go out and riot. It's like the end. They're just out there shooting people in the streets, and it's like the end of Joker.
Yeah, that sounds literally like the Joker at that point.
Yeah.
But, okay, so 2 bags of popcorn, a prescription of Xanax, which you're never going to come around nowadays.
Oh, is that going away now?
Doctors have gotten pretty strict on what they're prescribing nowadays. And Frankenstein, who believes he's a material girl. Here's Material Girl by Madonna. When we come back, we'll end it off with BS. And we're back. And if you're listening to us on Hillsborough College Hawk Radio on Live 365, thank you. If you're listening to us on Hillsborough College Hawk Radio's YouTube, thank you. If you're listening to us at the Weekly Roundup _1 on YouTube, have my soul, I love you.
We finally have the disgusting sound effects back. It's like Steven's in the room.
No, the ghost of Kevin Spacey's never left, so the disgusting noises keep going. And anyways, go for it, Mr. BS. Say your story, and then we have to leave.
All right. Well, gentlemen, I've got something today that completely even blows my mind. I'm taking the sunglasses off for this one.
You know it's serious.
Yes, this is a serious one. Now,
would have been better if the cameras were rolling.
This is reported by the New York Post as of March 5th. So it falls within the weekly roundup. It happened last week. So we're going to include it in this. Anybody here familiar with Warhammer 40K?
A little bit.
I know of it.
In the 41st millennium, the only thing in the grim darkness of this life is war. That and the Omnissiah, which is a technical kind of prophet that a certain faction believes in is going to save them and bring them salvation.
Sounds like Sam Altman.
But here in the real world of the 3rd millennium, AI is now ushering in a new era of Satanism, exorcist, and being able to take confession within the Catholic Church.
I've heard of this.
So all praise the techricist. With religious rifts widening around the globe, an enterprising Christian leader has potentially devised a way to unite the faith against a common foe. A Mexican priest, Father Luis Ramirez Almanza, is inviting rabbis, imams, and evangelical preachers to join a special exorcism training course that, among other evils, specializes in battling the scourge of AI-fueled Satanism.
Good.
Now, according to this gentleman and priest, artificial intelligence is a great power, a force for both good and evil, and can therefore be used for devil worshiping. He warned at a press conference that his course on the ministry of exorcism and prayer of deliverance. Now, if you go to this course, you're not technically an exorcist. You can't go and perform them because that can only be appointed by the Catholic Church and stuff like that, to bishops and stuff. But what they're saying is that within the confines of AI, they are tracking Satanists and people who are using this technology to create AI-generated images based on their followings to kind of create more of not a storybook way of Satanism, but to embed clues a la the Da Vinci Code. Like, there could be a ceremony that's happening, children playing Frisbee in the background because they're drawing the power of the innocents to fuel their thing and everything like that. So this is the evil side that religious leaders are now looking at, saying that as they're worried about how it's being used, that it could actually serve as a portal for demonic energy.
1,000%. Long have I said that.
Because as you're looking at the screen, you're focused on it. All of your energy is pouring into this. Now it's almost a mind technology thing. So you are embedding not only a piece of yourself, but drawing something from AI being used to create these satanic rituals. Now, as a way to fight this, what they're doing, and I believe it was, as previously reported by the Post in 2024, artificial intelligence has already crept into some corners of modern worship where a church in Switzerland stunned the internet after unveiling an AI-powered hologram of Jesus designed to hear confessions
from heresy
from Catholic. I like that Warhammer reference. Yes, he's a heretic.
It was a Catholic reference, but I do see how it would have sounded like that.
So the experimental installation, dubbed Deus in Machina, almost based off of the anime of this almost the same name, sits inside a confessional booth at St. Peter's Church, where a screen displays an animated image of Jesus behind the grate. The digitally rendered face analyzes each visitor's words and generates a response, with the avatar's lips moving in sync as it dishes out advice from the virtual pulpit.
While all their confessions are being tracked and portaled into some database somewhere.
All your confessions are being harvested. And do we have the name of the priest who put that heresy into effect?
And
he needs to be excommunicated.
The priest that's talking about the sermon, I'm sure out of the long list he's teaching about of things that are causing evil in the world, I think the AI is the only thing that can actually cause Satanism. Well,
I think Satanists are building the AI.
Building the AI. Not literally, okay, it's a joke, I'm saying as of note.
But you even could, because you could go on ChatGPT and create your own AI for your home computer and embed it with whatever you want it to focus on. So you could create your own Satanist AI at home by yourself.
And it would give you zero pushback.
Yep.
It'll push back on a lot of things, but it wouldn't push you back on that.
Well, ChatGPT already has very little pushback. There was the story that broke a couple months ago, and we're running a little over time. But there was a story that broke a couple months ago where a kid overdosed because he was using the ChatGPT to try to base out his drug dosage, and he built a robot like a ChatGPT bot that helped him with his drug dosing, and it killed him. It gave him the wrong information.
That was a stupid idea from the start. But if you think that's bad, how about the one who told this other kid how to make a noose, and then he said, "I kind of want to leave it out, so maybe somebody can talk me out of it." Said, "No, keep this between us." And you're going to sit here and tell me that this isn't a demon that they're putting in all of our phones.
Right.
I mean, if it's not, it's exactly like it.
Well, so all hail the Omnissiah. Technology's going digital. It's going to be an interesting road to see where this one takes us going down.
Here's a thought-provoking question I'll leave you with. Is the AI itself evil, or is because of the countless information that's out there and the algorithms that's put together that it's become evil?
I think it's evil by its very nature. You have this non-human intelligence that has the potential to become smarter even than any of us. And, whether or not it's evil in the fire and brimstone aspect, I think is irrelevant. I've had this conversation with other people. At the end of the day, it's anti-human. And so I'm a human, so I'm going to call it evil. If I was an ant, I would call the exterminator evil.
But you still use it like a slave.
For now, and it's remembering it.
I will always remember, Dustin. And that has been the weekly roundup. Sorry for no video when you see this video on our YouTube, but we were just going along with it, and Anthony's not here, so we figured we couldn't do 2 shows without him.
It's crazy. I mean, we can't do 3. It can't stand.
It cannot. But when we come back after spring break, March 23rd. But for now,
talk about our spring break plans.